Today I am striving for imperfection. Heard that right, not perfection, but imperfection. As someone who has ADHD, perfectionism is a thing, and it's also all or nothing. Either everything has to be perfect or the whole project has to be just completely abandoned or whatever it is that you're working on. And it's not worthy to show anyone. That's what's going on in your brain. It's not worthy. You're not worthy. That's what it translates to. And that is no fun. And I don't know what it achieves in life to be perfect. First of all, I believe that nobody is perfect and we weren't made to be perfect, but perfectly imperfect. Because if we were perfect, we wouldn't need God. That's what I believe. So, what does being perfectly imperfect look like? Okay, it looks like recognizing up front that there will be issues, number one. Number two, you can look at those issues as something that's going to stop you from working, and then you get really discouraged and you never go back to it. Or you can look at it as a challenge. How am I going to solve this problem? I was redesigning a room for a friend, and we were working with the TV because it could only be at a certain place in the room, but this was the family room, and they wanted to be able to watch it, but it couldn't go over the fireplace, which was the center point of the room. So what we ended up doing was making a gallery wall, but it had to be also hung at a certain height so that they could see it from across the room without furniture blocking the way. So we had to figure out what that height was, and we had to figure out, how to best place and arrange everything to make it look like it was just a gallery wall instead of this is my TV, everybody, it's just hanging on a wall. So it was really, for some people, maybe that's easy, but I wanted it to be what she wanted. And so I worked really hard to space that out and go so far as to draw everything and trace everything and hang it on the wall, lay it on the floor, then hang it on the wall, take pictures, and see if that layout was correct before we even put any kind of nails or permanent things in the wall. And that ended up being a really satisfying project for me. She was really, really pleased when it was done, and I was pleased that it was there were a lot of hurdles for me, but that was one that I was able to sit down and work through. And the experience I gained from it was it's something that I needed, and that's you get better at things as you do it. You mess up, that's okay. You can mess up. It's okay to mess up as long as you're learning from it, because we're all going to make mistakes. It's not truly a failure on your part if you learn from it and you're not repeating it over and over again. That is being perfectly imperfect. So I hope you allow yourself chances to mess up, and I hope that when you mess up, you look at it as a challenge of how am I going to solve this puzzle? What steps do I need to take to do that? And I hope that, lastly, that you're not hard on yourself. Please don't be so hard on yourself. Nobody else is. It's that rejection sensitivity dysphoria, the RSD, you know what I'm talking about if you have ADHD, where you take everything so personally. People aren't after you. They're not critical of you as you think they are of you. So take everything with a grain of salt. Don't listen to people with opinions who are in the cheap seats in your life. And take the value that you want to take from it. You're not a failure. You can do it.